To the Virtual Brain Injury Camp 2020. My name is Sandy Worthington and I'm the camp director. Today we're going to be in our art studio with Karen. If you received a camp kit, there was a handout inside of it that gave you more guidelines for what we're going to be doing today. If you did not receive a camp kit, that's okay. You can go to our camp website to find out more information and to download this handout. The camp's website is BIANC2020.net, or you can go to the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina's website, which is www.bianc.net, to find the handout there. So let's go see what Karen is going to be creating today. Come on.
Welcome to the art studio. I am so excited to have you guys here with me today. I am Karen with the Brain Injury Association, and for those of you that have been at our in-person camp, you know that I love creativity, you know that I love colors, and I am very excited about this year's project. Yes, it's virtual, and yes, I wish that we could all be together, but we are together because I can feel your creativity coming through the screens. So come on, we've got some exciting stuff this year. What we're going to do is giving it forward. You know, this has been a year that's been a little bit crazy with the virus, people having to stay home, people having to isolate. So I thought with our project this year, what we're doing is cards made with buttons and other materials. But I thought this is a great time to give it forward, to pay it forward, to reach out to someone else. And so one of the cards that we're going to do is going to be geared just specifically for that. You know, not all the cards are going to look the same, but that's okay because they're going to be unique. They're going to be what you created. And this is all about creativity and uniqueness. I'm going to come closer to the screen because I want to show you a couple examples of what we'll be working on today. One of the first cards that I would like us to work on is a happy birthday card. I'm sure that you know someone that's got a birthday coming up, and to be able to send them a handmade card, that's something special. One that we will be looking at and creating is this with the balloons. You know, balloons are always special and fun at birthday parties, and so your card is going to be just as special and just as creative. Here might be another possibility for a birthday card, although what I'm thinking is this might be the card for Give It Forward. Being able to send something fun to someone that's a little whimsical and a little bit creative. Here is another example of one that says, just a little note to say, I love you. Is that not cute and fun? You know, you don't have to put a lot of stuff on the cards, but they can be simple and still be very fun. Here's another one. If you prefer flowers, just because I'm thinking about you. You know, I know for me, when I see flowers, I am always happy. I just love to see them and have them on my back porch. And so I think this would be something fun as well. Oh, but we've got the holidays coming up. So we are going to be looking at some for around Christmas time. These are very cute with these hanging balls. We'll look at, you've got different buttons in your packet. Those of you at home, you might have found some other buttons, maybe some additional ones. So we'll be creating something similar to this. We might also look at doing a snowman or a reindeer or even a Christmas tree. And so, you know, these are just some examples to get you thinking about what you might like to do. So what we're going to do is start off with seeing where your supplies are. Those of you that got your camp kits, you got 3 pieces of paper, just like this. For those that are getting their own supplies, you just need an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. If you don't have one that size, you can certainly use one that's half that size. Again, there is no one way to make these cards. So you've got cards. You should have buttons. I've got white buttons. I've got a green button. I've got a small yellow button. So here's all my buttons in a bowl. I also have some Elmer's glue and some tape, a stapler. You may not need all these items, but it's good to go ahead and gather them. You know, as we're talking, you might have someone else in the room go and grab some of it if you didn't have it already. A pair of scissors. Some of the other things that we can use to create with are crayons. I've got some colored pencils. Oh, I've got some other fun things. Always love these little pom-poms. They look like bunny tails. I always love these. These are going to be good. We've got some white ones, and this is what we can use for our snowman. And I also went and got a sticker book. It's got numerous different stickers in it. And stickers are always fun. Everybody loves stickers. And I've got some that have rainbows. I've got some that have hearts, some that have clouds, some that have heart balloons. The possibilities are going to be endless for you today. Okay, we are going to start with our happy birthday card. So what I want you to do is to take your piece of paper and just fold it in half. And so it'll look like this. Just go ahead and fold it in half and make a nice crease so that when you lay it down and are working on it, it will lay flat. Alrighty, what we're going to do to start off with is to take about 8 of your balloons. 8 to 10 of your balloons. I'm sorry, see, I'm already looking at buttons and I'm thinking balloons. That's how that creativity works. So I want you just to take them and to lay them down on your piece of paper. Again, they can be in any order, but you just want to lay them out there so you kind of have an idea of where these buttons are going to be when you go to glue them down. Again, what we're going to do is something similar to this, where the girl is holding a balloon. And yes, you are going to draw a little person. So I've got my buttons laid out on my piece of paper. What I'm going to do is I'm now going to take my glue, or if you don't have glue, that's okay. You can also use tape. And if you want to just tape it so you see the button and not the tape, what you do is take a little piece and you fold it around to itself. And the button, put the tape on the back and stick it down on your piece of paper. And as you can see, that will stick just as well as if you did the glue. So either way that you want to do it is fine. If you put all your buttons down and you put tape over top of them, that's okay too. whatever you're able to do, whatever you want to do, this is your card. This is what you're creating. Because when we're done, you're also going to sign the back of it, created by and your name. So that's what's going to make it extra special. So what I will do as we are talking is I will just continue with my buttons, doing them with the tape. And what these are going to look like are the balloons that the girl is holding. You know, I particularly like the bright colors when I'm looking at balloons. I like the kind that are clear as well and that have confetti in the middle. Those are fun, especially if you, at the end of whatever party you're having, you pop those balloons and all that confetti comes out around the floor. Except that's not always fun if you are the one having to clean it up. But you know, you still have to have fun, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. I just have a couple more to put on here, and then I will show you as you guys are also putting on your buttons, and we'll take a look to see what this looks like. I hope that you guys have been having a good day. I hope you have been doing something fun with your time and maybe trying a new art craft yourself. You know, there's so many things that we can do during this time of being at home. Okay, here are all my buttons that are going to look like the balloons. There's several ways that you can do the string for the balloon. You can take a colored pencil and you can draw the string, or you can actually get some string, cut a few strands, which is what I'm going to do, and we'll just make like 3 of the balloon strings. Let me find where this went. And again, don't want you to stress over this. This is not something that, you know, has to be perfect, because nothing is perfect. And it helps when you have done your best, your creativity comes through, and whoever you're going to give this to, that's what matters to them. They're just excited that you took the time to make this card for them and are giving it to them. Okay, so I have cut 3 strands of string, and I'm going to glue these on to the buttons, and these are going to be the strings for the balloons. So you guys can grab your glue, just put a little bit on the string, and then we'll lay it down on here. I've got one of them down. You know, and even if you don't glue it all the way at the end and it's kind of flopping around a little bit, that's okay, because it'll look like it's in the person's hand that's holding it. And it's no different than if you were holding some balloons in a bunch in your hand. They're not always all together. So, you know, that's part of that, making it unique. I've got my second one down. And just one more. And then we will have the strings for the balloons. I'm anxious to see what you guys are making. I want to see what your balloons look like. I want to see what your designs are like. I want you to tell us, you know, is this for someone who's having a birthday, who's going to be 6 years old? Is this for someone that's going to be turning 16? Or what about someone who's turning 40 or 50 or 60? You know, are you making this for a sister, a brother? Are you making this for one of your parents or a grandparent? Or maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's a special friend. whoever you are making this for, they are going to be very excited what you have done. Okay, so here are my strings that I have glued down as part of the balloons. All right, so the next thing we are going to do, and this is a very simple person. It's basically what they've done is drawn a triangle, and we have a button for the head and just stick arms and stick legs. If you are better at creating people and drawing people, by all means, do that. I want to see that. That will be very awesome. For me, not so much with the people. So I will be doing a stick person. Let me come over there and show you one more time what it looks like. And then I'm going to take a moment and I am going to draw this person. And then I'm going to show you what mine looks like. But again, that's only an example. What you do is your creation. Okay, you can see how it's like a little triangle, and then you can see the hands are right here. We're going to put them holding the balloons. I'm going to take one of my colored pencils, and I'm just going to draw my person. And again, this does not have to be perfect, you know. I'm not sure that there's really anything that's perfect at this point. Let me get my head. Now for the head, I am also going to use my tape and put the button, which is the head of this person. And then I will draw the hands that are over here holding on to this string. So as I'm doing this, I hope that you guys are as well. You know, if you want to just, instead of putting a button for the face, if you want to draw a head, that's fine. And then do a smiley face. Again, this is your creation. What I'm here to do is just give you some thoughts and examples, but certainly not to have you do exactly what I'm doing, because I want this to be your creation. So that's what I'm wanting you to do. So I will come over here and so you can see it again. But there's my little person. We still have to put happy birthday on here. But I think what I want to do is take one of my crayons and I'm going to color in her dress. So if you guys want to do that, get a crayon, color in the dress. I think that'll be pretty fun too. I am going to look for a blue. I like blue. So let me do a little bit of shading and a little bit of the dress. What is your favorite color? For me, blue. I love the calmness that the blue represents. I love to go outside and look at a blue sky if it's really, really blue. To see then the white puffy clouds coming by, but just blue or beautiful blue water, kind of aqua water at the ocean. You know, all of these things are just, they make me happy. And I love to see stuff that makes me happy, and I know that you guys do as well. Alrighty, so I have colored in her dress. So here we are with the front of our card just about done. So the next thing we will want to do is we just need to write happy birthday on there. If this is for someone special, if you've got someone that you want to say happy birthday to, like happy birthday mom or happy birthday grandma, or maybe you don't know exactly who you're going to be giving this to right now, and that's okay too. You may just want to write happy birthday on the bottom and leave it like that. You can write happy birthday on the top. You can, if you even want to leave it blank on the outside, if you wanted to write happy birthday on the inside. Remember, it's your card. It's that uniqueness. It's that special effort that you have taken to create this card. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think, a green pen at this point. Actually, I'm going to take, I think, because it's going to show up better on my card. I like green as well. Green's another color that's very calming and just makes me feel good. I'm going to write happy birthday. And I don't know who I'm going to send this to or who I'm going to give this to. But here is our happy birthday card. Happy birthday. So the last thing that I want you to do, though, is turn your card over, and I want you just to write on the back here, created by and your name. So that way, when you give this to whoever you're going to give this to, they will know that this was hand created by you. Maybe you want to say hand created by, or lovingly created by. Again, it's your card, so there's no wrong way to do that. All right, I'm excited. Here is our first card that is done. We'll put this over here and set it down. Perfect. Wasn't that fun? Did you guys have a great time? I did. I hope that you guys did as well. All right, take a deep breath. You might want to get up and stretch, move your arms before we get ready to work on our next card. All righty, this next one I'm excited about. This is a just because card. So what we're going to work on this time is, let's do one with the hot air balloons and the clouds in the sky. Remember I talked about how the blue, how I like the blue because it just reminds me of a sky, and I love looking up at the sky and the clouds. I've also been in a hot air balloon, and that was pretty fun. Was it a little bit scary? Absolutely, because you're way up high, and some of you may have been in a hot air balloon, but it was a fun experience, and it's one of those things that, you know, every time I see a hot air balloon in the sky, you guys might see them. If you're close enough, you can hear the whoosh, whoosh, which is the fire that's putting the air in the balloon to keep it up. That just, again, is something that makes me happy and something that is fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a card that you can give to someone. You're going to give it forward. This is your opportunity to find someone that you want to make smile, and this is going to be the card for them. Okay. What I need you to do is take your next piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half again. You know, if you want to do more of these at another time, if you want to get different colored paper, you know, you can certainly get paper that's blue or paper that's red, or obviously whatever color of paper you like, get that. But we are going to be working on white paper today. And it looks like we had some clouds come in because it looked like I was a little bit dark there on my screen. You know, we're doing this live, but that's okay. You know, we just continue to go along and make it happen. And I know that's what you guys are doing. Okay. What we will do is we are going to make the baskets and the hot air balloons. So what I want you guys to do is pick out 4 of your buttons, and these will be 4 hot air balloons that we are going to have. So whatever ones, they can be big ones, they can be small ones. There's, again, these are your hot air balloons. So I want you to take and get 4 of them. And you can just lay them out on your sheet of paper. Remember, if you're looking at this, it's going to be looking like the hot air balloons are up in the sky. So, you know, you don't want them real close to one another. You want them kind of a little bit apart from each other. And you're going to be drawing a little basket underneath. So you want to make sure that you keep a little bit of space in between. Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to take the tape again, and I am going to put it on the buttons, and then we're going to tape them to the card. So go ahead and get your tape out, or if you are gluing, get your glue and go ahead and tape or glue your buttons to your card. I'm going to do that now. When you all take pictures of your cards and you send them to us at the Brain Injury Association, we want to be able to put those up. We want to be able to see why you created the cards that you did. Maybe it was for a special person. Maybe it was just because you liked a particular color, but we want to see what you have done. So we're excited about that. I'm almost done with getting my cards, my buttons down for the hot air balloons. Okay, so I have got my 4 buttons on there. This one is white, and I know that I'm on white paper, but that's okay. You know, I know that, again, you might want to do this in the future and get all different colored buttons. I happen to have a white one in my packet, so that's what I'm going to use. So you can see that. All right, now what we're going to do is draw our strings to the basket underneath each of these hot air balloons. So what that's going to look like is, go ahead and you can take a crayon, or you can take a pen or a pencil, a marker, whatever it is that you have to write with. And I will do a couple of these, and then I will come over there closer and I will show you what it looks like. Again, this is just an example. This is a way to let you know, maybe your basket wants to be bigger. Maybe you want it to be a different color. You can do this in any way that you would like. But what we will do is we're just going to make 4 strings that come off this balloon. And then here is a basket, and I'll come over there and I'll show you the first one that I have done. But you guys know that if you've ever seen a basket or been in a hot air balloon, those are some pretty big baskets. So there you go. It looks like this. You've got your 4 strings and your basket. So I want you to go ahead and make the basket on each of these balloons. I will do the same and then we'll come back. I am so excited that you guys are doing this with us today. You know, this is such a fun opportunity, and I'm so happy that everybody is able to, you know, join us for our camp this year. I'm sorry that we aren't able to do it in person, but you know, that just gives us something to look forward to again next year. You know, we have so many things to be thankful for that, you know, I want you to concentrate on the positive stuff, you know, not the negative. There's so much negative around, but I want you just to think about the positive and know that, you know, we are all together in this. We can still see each other via Zoom. We can talk on the phone. So we're still connected. And I think that's the most important thing, is to just realize that we are all still connected to one another. You just may have to be creative like you are today and figure out how is it that I'm going to connect with someone else. I'm almost done with drawing my strings for my balloons. And I've got some bigger baskets. I've got some smaller baskets, but each of these baskets is going to hold people in these balloons. So let me show you what we've done. Here's our baskets on our hot air balloons. How fun is that? So when you see them up in the sky, you'll say, ha, I just created one of those as well. So these are your hot air balloons. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get some clouds. Now I know that, you know, because we have white paper, I would normally cut out clouds, and I'll show you, on just some white piece of paper. And you certainly can do that. There's nothing wrong with cutting out a cloud and putting it on a white cloud on white paper. Nothing at all wrong with that. Let me just cut one out. But just today, and I'll show you kind of what this looks like. But for today, we're going to get a little bit whimsical. We're going to get a little bit fun. So see, just a cloud, you can just cut it out, a plain piece of paper, no particular design, and that can go on your card as well. But obviously it doesn't show up as well. So here's what we're doing today. I've got these pom-poms, these little pom-poms. We're going to glue those on, and those are going to be our clouds. Our clouds are going to be a little bit blue today, you know, so I think that'll be fun. I might glue a blue one and a white one together. May just glue a blue one. Again, you know, maybe your sky might look like a storm is coming in, which we don't want that. But if you want a little bit darker clouds, there's darker blue. So you can certainly do that as well. Again, your sky, your balloons. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these pom-poms, I'm going to put some glue on them, and I'm going to put them in a couple different places on the card. So I want you guys to grab your pom-poms. Maybe you have cotton balls. Maybe you have tissue paper. Maybe you have, you know, other colored paper that you can just cut out a cloud and you can glue that on. Again, however you are creating your cloud, or if you don't have any of that and you want to grab a crayon and you can draw your cloud. What I'll do is I think I will get a blue crayon and I will draw a couple clouds, and I'll put a couple clouds with the pom-poms just to kind of give you guys another. That's all I gotta say. They're kind of blowing around, and they're blowing these balloons around as well. So they just look kind of funny. But again, there's no wrong way on your clouds. So we got a couple different clouds. And then I'm going to glue the pom-pom. So let me show you. Glue it, or if you want to take tape, you can also tape them. However you want to get them onto the paper to be able to stay, that's what you can use. I'm gluing one more. You know, I think folks like to get cards or notes or a phone call or even a text message or an email just because. It lets someone know that you're thinking about them. It lets someone know that you're special enough for me to reach out if I haven't heard from you in a while, or I just want to see how you're doing. You know, again, having to stay home, I know that it's been hard not seeing friends and maybe not getting together with them, or even family. But there's still ways that you can reach out. You know, if you can text them, or you send a card in the mail, like we're creating today, put it in the mail, address it to someone and send it just because. You know, these are ways that you can let someone know that you are thinking about them. So here are my clouds. Here is my just because card. You know, I think that we don't do enough of this. I don't think that we do enough of giving it forward. Sometimes we worry about, you know, ourselves. We worry about what's going on. But today in the art studio, this is a way for us to give back, to give it forward, to do something for someone else. So we don't need to even write anything on the front of this card. When you send it to your special person, you will write your message on the inside. You may want to put stickers on the inside. You may want to just put a big heart. Just say, thinking about you. I love you. There's not going to be a wrong way for you to do this. So again, I want you though to go to the back and put created by, lovingly made by. So again, this is yours. This is something that shows you are thinking about somebody and that you thought enough about them to hand create something and to put it in the mail to them. Or if it's a next door neighbor, you can take it to them. Or if it's someone when you're going out maybe and getting groceries, you can give it to someone at the cash register. Give it to whoever, because no matter who you give it to, I know that it's going to put a smile on their face. So one more card. I think it's exciting what you guys are doing today. All righty, we are getting ready for our third card. And as I said, you know, this is a card for the holidays. You know, maybe you just want to make a card that doesn't necessarily say Merry Christmas. Maybe you want to say Happy Holidays. Maybe you just don't want to necessarily say anything, but just make a fun and a whimsical card. We've got several buttons left. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a card that's got the different bells that are on it. Again, you probably have different colors, which is good, of your buttons left. If you don't and they're all the same color, that's fine too. Alrighty, I want you guys this time to fold your paper in half. This will be your third paper. But this time, instead of opening it this way, we're going to make the card so that it opens this way. Just a little bit different, because when you've got these Christmas balls that are hanging down, we're going to make it look like they're all hanging down this way. So like I said, when you open up the card, this is where you're going to have your writing. Alrighty, so you've got your card. It's folded in half. And how many buttons do you have left? You don't need to use all of the buttons. You know, you should have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 to 8 buttons left. If you don't want to use all of them, that's okay. If you want to use all of them, the more the merrier. So again, this is pretty exciting. Okay, what we're going to do is when you lay out your buttons, and let me show you this, you can do it a couple different ways. You can lay them out so that they're all the same height all the way across. Or you can do it so some are up, some are down. You know, think about when you see Christmas balls on different houses or on your tree. You know, what makes you happy? When you see certain ones, do you like the way they look? Do you like certain colors better? Again, this is your creativity. This is your time to be the artist, because you are the artist today. I am putting the tape again on the back of my buttons, and we'll be able to get them onto the piece of paper here. I'm not doing mine all in a straight row. I had one red one, which I'm putting in the middle. I've got other colors along the sides. I had a couple green ones. It just happened that that was the way that my packet came. Again, your packet may be different. Everybody, I think, has gotten some different colors, and that's good, because we want all of these to be unique and different, because each of you is unique and different, and nobody is the same. So again, very excited that you are working on this with us today. Okay, I am just about done. And I will show you what I have. So here is where the Christmas balls and my buttons are. You can see I kind of staggered them a little bit, and I chose not to use all of them. I have a couple left. Again, it's up to you. If you wanted to put them all on there, that is fine. If you didn't want to use them all, that's okay too. So now what we need to do is we are going to draw the strings that are holding these balls in place. Or again, if you have string that you want to use and you want to cut a piece of string and put that on there, that's okay too. If you have a straw and you want to use a straw as your string, again, your creativity is the limit. There is not one way to do this that's right. What we're also going to do is, once we draw our lines, we will draw little ribbons, just a small little ribbon at the top of the Christmas balls. So get your pen, get your crayon, get your string if you're going to use string. Maybe you have yarn, maybe you like yarn, and that would be great as well. Again, whatever you have that's going to be what you want to look at, what you like, then I want you to do that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take my pencil, and just from the top of each of these Christmas balls, I'm just going to do a line straight up to the top. So I will do that. You guys can work on yours. You know, it's hard to believe that we're in September already. You know, if anybody's been to the stores or you've seen anything on the news, I've already started to see them talk about Christmas. They're talking about Halloween. You know, all these decorations are out there. The holidays are going to be coming. If you want to make a card after this, say for fall or for Halloween or for Thanksgiving. You know, maybe it's something you're thankful for. Maybe you want to create a card that you can give to family if you're going to see family at Thanksgiving, or maybe you're not going to be able to visit with them around the holidays. And so a card that you make can help make their holidays brighter and better. So again, think about that when you're looking at maybe a card after today. So I'm just continuing to draw my strings. And you can see that we have drawn our strings that go up from each of the Christmas balls. So the next thing I will do is, and I'll come back and show you, is at the top of each of these, we'll just draw a little bow. Because you've seen sometimes these Christmas balls have little bows, and that's what just adds that little bit extra to them. So again, if you want to do it with a different colored pencil or different colored crayon, go ahead and find that and you can do that. I think I will. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I have decided that I want to do a different color for the bows. So let me just show you guys what this may look like. And I can tell you that I'm sure that a lot of you all know how to do this already. So let me show you the first couple that I've done, and then I want you guys to continue on. So here I've got a couple bows on the Christmas balls. I'm going to just finish them up on these other ones, and I want you guys to do it as well. You know, I love doing this kind of stuff. I love creating. I love being creative, and I love the uniqueness of it, you know, and I think that's the best part, is that, you know, whatever you're doing is what you're doing. And that's the cool thing. That's what is good. Alrighty, just about done with the bows. I've got one more here. So I'm just kind of drawing them in a little bit extra on the bows on the top here. I'll come over and I'll show you what they look like. So there are the bows on the top of my Christmas balls. Just kind of makes it fun and whimsical and just makes it a little bit different. So now what I will do is across the top, I'm going to write Merry Christmas. If you want to write Happy Holidays, if you want to just leave it blank and maybe not write anything on here, but you'll just do it all in the inside of the card, that's fine too. But I'm just going to write Merry Christmas. And again, whatever you decide to put is going to be special for you. So let me show you what I was able to do. Just a Merry Christmas. And again, before you finish, I want you to take the back of it and I want you to write lovingly created by, handmade by, and your name, because this is something as special and unique as you. And again, this is one a little bit different that you're able to open up and it looks like the Christmas balls are hanging. We have done some really fun button cards today. You know, 3 different kinds for 3 different occasions. But again, each of them are unique. Each of them are special, just like each of you guys are. So I hope that this has given you a little bit of thought and a little bit of creativity if you decide to do this yourself. And again, we want you to take pictures of the cards and we want you to send them to us because we want to see how creative you were. Thank you guys for being part of the art studio today.
Thank you, Karen. I love when we get to be creative. That was really cool. And those cards were beautiful. We really appreciate you leading us through that activity. And yes, I hope that all of you out there will send us pictures of your cards so we can see how creative you are. Feel free to go back and watch this video as many times as you like. You may want to go through and pause it and stop through each step so that you can follow along with Karen. Make sure you share the video with friends and they can do the same thing. I look forward to sending all of my cards out to my friends and family, and I hope that you will take the opportunity to do the same. If you missed yesterday's camp activity, feel free to go back and watch that. Yesterday we had our music and sing-along. And again, you can find all the information you need about camp at our camp website, which is BIANC2020.net. That's BIANC 2020.net. You can also go to the Brain Injury Association of North Carolina's website to find out more information about camp there and to get other handouts. That website is www.bianc.net. We look forward to you joining us tomorrow at 11 a.m. again. Tomorrow we're going to have our low aerobic exercise. So get ready to work out, wear some comfortable clothing, and we'll see you then. Bye.